Hey there, Virgo. Welcome to your reading for the week of April 3rd. We're just going to jump right in here, Virgo, and we're going to take both of these cards. And in your past energy here, we're basically going to do a past, present, future outcome. You have this card that says, own your time and give it meaning. Don't let it pass you by. You're going to master your material reality in the future. And this is showing up in your past position, which is great because to me, it says you've already kind of like done the work. You've, done the things that you've needed to do to kind of create this change or whatever the case may be. I do feel like there's a big change here. It's like for the past, I would say 3 years, basically I remember the very last reading that I did for you in three places ago where I used to live, right? I move every year. And 3 places ago, I remember the reading I did for you because I was going off about how there was like this butterfly in the reading and how you kept getting these like butterfly readings, which would represent kind of going through a transformation. I'll try to find it and I'll put a link to it below if I can find it, Virgo. It's popping into my head and you might want to go watch that reading. I feel like it could resonate for you right now. But you have this tower card, and the tower can just represent a big transformation. I mean, again, when you think about it, a caterpillar turning into a butterfly is a tower transformation. The caterpillar has to turn into caterpillar soup before it becomes the butterfly, the beautiful butterfly. So it has to go through something, more challenging before it comes out the other side. And that's really what this looks like to me here, Virgo, is that you are stepping into your true power. And look, this is a really good reading. Definitely going in the right direction. I feel like saying that things are taking an unexpected direction here. And I still feel like, it's like when a butterfly, sorry, I have to fix this, but when it pops out of its cocoon, it's got to pump its wings up. It's got to fill them with fluid. And, that's where I feel like you're at. I feel like you're filling your wings up with fluid right now, Virgo. It's like you're pumping yourself up. And, I kind of also feel that maybe this is just going to be like a little bit of a clue for you that you're going in the right direction. I feel like you're going to notice that people are maybe more receptive to your ideas. And again, I don't think we should ever do things, and especially right now, I don't think we should ever do things necessarily because of other people. To me, that's not a good enough reason to, make a change or to do something. But I do feel, again, there is a certain level of, and again, I'm not saying there's anything wrong, by the way, with other people enjoying what you're doing. I'm just saying I don't think it should be the only thing. But I do feel that here, where it seems to me maybe your ideas in business or work are being more well received. Maybe, maybe people are just seem like a little bit more supportive. And I feel like that's the universe being like, yes, this is good. The changes you're making are correct. And I kind of feel like there's an unseen direction. I keep having the word unexpected or unseen direction popping into my head. And you have the tower here. I don't think it's totally unexpected but I feel like it's more of a process, It's like you've been going through this process of change, and I think if you look back to that reading that I mentioned just at the beginning of this reading, I think maybe if you look back to that time, maybe you were thinking that you were going to do something with your life, whatever it is. Maybe you were going to become a teacher. And maybe now you are still becoming a teacher, but in a different way. It's like you're not teaching in a school. Maybe you're teaching people online how to do something, or maybe you're writing a book or something like that. Again, it's weird that's popping to my head that there's also a similarity between what you set out to do and what you're doing now, even though they're two completely different things, right? It's like teacher versus teacher. Same word, but different. And I don't know why that's popping to my head, but I hope that makes sense to you, Virgo. Again, I don't really have a good example. It's kind of funny because Pisces had something not exactly the same, but similar. As I always say, you and Pisces always get extremely similar readings. Out of all the opposites in the zodiac, you two get the most similar readings, period. It's not even close, Virgo. So if you have Pisces in your chart, I would definitely go watch that reading, but the Pisces reading as well. But if you don't, don't bother. You have the Wheel of Fortune here. So again, this could represent you taking control of your destiny. I always say that the Wheel of Fortune is your destiny in the sense that it's your personal vision for your life. It's like there's a difference between your destiny and kind of where you see your life going. And that's what the Wheel of Fortune represents. It kind of represents the direction that you see your life going, the things that you see changing, or the things that you want to do in your life. And so I feel like this is more about your vision. Again, sometimes I think where I'm going with this is that sometimes I think people think like, oh, destiny, like, spirit or the universe is guiding me, which could be true. But I feel like this is more like you doing things that you want to do. With the Three of Cups here, you have the Two of Swords. You have the Three of Cups to the Two of Cups to the Two of Wands here. I feel like some of you are getting more specific about what you want with your relationships, and I'm not even just talking about love here. I'm talking about anyone you spend time with. It's like, I don't know why it's popping into my head this way, but it's like, there's 3 people here, 2 here, obviously, which is like you and someone else. I feel for whatever reason, this is saying that you rather surround yourself with like less people who actually matter than you would spending time with, just everybody, right? And so I really feel you're becoming more narrow, with the people that you spend time with, but not like in a bad way. I feel this is like a good thing. It's like you're being more specific about the types of energy that you get. That's not even what those cards mean. That's what I'm getting. There you go. With the Tower, you have the World card. I feel like if there was a Tower moment, which could be any shocking moment, or like I said, a caterpillar turning into a butterfly moment in your life, which it would be a major transformation. But again, you have to go through caterpillar soup. Like I said, I'm pretty sure in that reading I did years ago, I remember it distinctly. I'm pretty sure I said that you maybe were going through this caterpillar soup phase or something like that. And that's really what I feel here, Virgo. It's like you're ending that. The world is the end. It is an accomplishment. And you have a lot of accomplishment cards. This, 10 of Pentacles here, even the Ace of Pentacles, in the Two of Wands. You have a lot of cards that would also represent kind of, again, moving on to the next phase, which would be the Two of Wands. With the Wheel of Fortune, you have the King of Cups here. I really feel you need to tap into your feelings this week, like how you feel about things. The King of Cups, he doesn't really care what's going on around him. The whole point of the King of Cups is that he's sitting in choppy waters, but he's perfectly fine. He doesn't worry too much about what's going on in the world. He doesn't worry about other people's opinions. He only worries what he thinks about and what he feels about, the business he wants to start, the relationship he wants to get into, all that other stuff, right? He doesn't allow outside influences to influence his decision making, and I feel that for you, where it's like saying, do that. Number 2, I also definitely feel there could be love coming in for you. It could be an Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, or Leo. Could also be a Capricorn showing up here. You have Scorpio twice. You always get Scorpio. You have Aquarius twice in your reading as well. Wheel of Fortune in the top corner, and then Aquarius. Could be any sign, but those are the signs that stand out to me. And again, I do feel there could be like a King of Cups type person. It doesn't matter what gender you're attracted to. I would just say it's someone who's very emotionally stable. Again, someone who doesn't worry too much about what's going on. They just control what they can control, and they don't try to control things they can't control. So, that type of person is what I'm getting here. There will be an offer made. You have the Ace of Pentacles, but there could be distance. You have a lot of cards that would kind of represent that. World, Tower would represent there needing to be a move. Two of Swords would represent needing to leave a comfort zone. Same thing with the Two of Wands. 7 of Pentacles would represent a change in direction. So, for some of you, there would be some sort of change as well if you want love in your life. So, there you go. Next, in your present position, you have this letter in a bottle. It says, your message has been received. I feel like you've been asking the universe for help or guidance. I also get this feeling of you becoming more confident. It's like kind of a weird feeling, because there aren't, I'm not saying that you're not confident, but there are no confidence cards here yet. That could change in a minute, of course, as we clarify. But, I feel like you're becoming more confident. It's like sometimes there is no second guessing here. It's kind of weird because I'm not getting even the message that's on this card. It's like the message I'm getting is that you are no longer second guessing things. I feel like you're much more confident, and I feel like you're much more willing to make mistakes as well, and to learn from those mistakes. Didn't I say this to you recently? I'm pretty sure. You have the 9 of Wands, the 2 of Cups, and the Ace of Pentacles. It's like some sort of big opportunity coming in for you because of these decisions that you are making. The Ace of Pentacles, of course, is something that has to be nurtured into existence. I always say there's a garden right here. This is very Uranus and Taurus, and we have Uranus and Taurus until like pretty much the end of 2025. Really, if you want to get super technical, as I always say, we don't just stop working with an energy because a planet leaves a sign. It's like we're still going to work with that energy after. That's the whole point of astrology. It's like you learn the lessons and you keep working with the energy. You don't ever stop until you're dead, and then who knows what happens after that, right? But this is very Uranus and Taurus. Uranus and Taurus wants us to do this right here, wants us to build and leave a legacy. That is very Uranus and Taurus right there. And this could be in any area of your life, but it also wants us to make sure that we're doing things based off of our values, the things that we value in life, and also wants us to make sure that we're building something long-term, not just like a fly-by-night situation. And I'm not just talking about love here. I'm talking about in business, in your career, in your spirituality, in your health, pretty much everything you can possibly imagine. So I feel like a lot of you are working towards that. I feel like you need to see that there's like a wish right behind you. Look, right here. Going this way, Five of Cups, he's focused on a loss, but he needs to see these 2 cups behind him. It's like when you turn around, I feel like you're going to see this wish or a dream come true. For those of you that want love, you have the 2 of Cups here. And again, I feel like both of you could be in this situation. So you could be, if you're attracting love or if you want love, you could be attracting a person who is kind of focusing too much on a loss. But again, I feel like for some of you, it's like both of you. So I feel like the second you start being grateful for what you want, this person can like enter into your life and vice versa. I mean, obviously, if you don't know who this person is or whatever, it's like you can't like tell them unless they watch Minnow Tarot, right? But again, I feel like someone needs to turn around here. You have the Nine of Wands, which is like being a little bit guarded. So again, totally understandable if you've been hurt, but I do feel like opening up could be the thing that leads to a solution. And it's like, how much more proof do you need? Going 5 of Cups to the 7 of Pentacles. 7 of Pentacles is a change in direction. It just says that, if you've experienced a loss, there's a much better new direction coming in for you, but you have to turn around with the 7 of Pentacles. It's like he's gotten everything he can from something, and now it's time for him to start building something new or different. So, that's what I feel like you need to do here, basically. But let's see. With the 9 of Wands, you have the Star. Yes, definitely some sort of wish coming in for you. I'm not really, again, I think we're in a time of the Star card where we need to get as much positive attention as we can. But I feel like this could just be a wish in your reading, something that you're wishing for. With the 2 of Cups, yes. You have the 10 of Pentacles. Are you kidding? I feel for some of you, you could be attracting a very significant, solid relationship into your life. Someone who wants something long-term. Definitely could be another Earth sign. I said Capricorn, I think, a minute ago. Could be a Taurus as well. Take it how it resonates, but could be another Virgo for all I care. It could also be an Aquarius. You have Aquarius like 3 times here, at least. Or someone who has a lot of Aquarius on the chart. I don't care. But what I would say is, definitely someone who wants something long-term, permanent. And again, this is very Uranus and Taurus energy. I would also say, even if you don't want love, if you are working on, if you're working on anything, even if you're retired, I always get comments from people who are retired. I'm like, even if you're retired, doesn't mean you can't be, working on a project or, writing a book or just having fun, doing whatever you want to do. But I would add 10 of Pentacles encourages us to do more of what we value. Whatever that is for you. And, it could be anything. Could be taking care of your health. Could be, and just doing like one small thing to do that. It could be, maybe you value doing art. It's like, doing that every single day. Just adding a little more value to your day will make a big impact with that 10 of Pentacles. With the Ace of Pentacles, damn. You have the 10 of Cups. This is like a big love offer, with the Ace of Pentacles. I always say Ace of Pentacles is my path to marriage, but I feel like you have to see it. So, I would just start making some moves here. Even in your next row for the future, you have the full moon in Virgo in your future position, and it says you are good enough. So some of you could be looking at a person who you're interested in, and I kind of feel like you have to make a move. You have the 2 of Wands here, which is about making a move. 2 of Wands, he's standing at the top of a castle, and he's looking out it like in his into his domain in front of him, but he has a whole world in his hands. He's not actually looking at that world. That world basically says that he has a whole world in his hands, but he needs to realize that he just has to leave his castle. He has to, leave a comfort zone basically. So I feel for a lot of you, this is saying, if you have your eye on a person, you're worried, like, am I good enough for this person? Will this person like me? I think you're more than good enough, clearly. And I would also be telling yourself that. Marissa Peer says, tell yourself you are enough every single day, right? I have sticky notes all over my house that say you are enough, right? I blast it into my head. We have to brainwash ourselves to believe this stuff. So, I'm a big fan of that one. So tell yourself you're enough, right? Even if you have to brainwash yourself. When you first start doing it, your brain is like, no, you're not. You're stupid. You're dumb or whatever, right? Your brain says some sort of lie to you. So you have to like beat it into your head basically. And that's what I would do here. You have the Four Swords, Five of Cups, and the Two of Wands. I do feel some of you are kind of going through this recovery phase, and which is perfectly fine. Again, like I said, you're kind of like pumping your wings up. You're getting ready to take off as the butterfly, right, and start floating around. And I would just take your time. I feel like there's really no rush here. You have the Five of Cups. I do feel like I would encourage you to start looking on the bright side of life. Five of Cups is a card of gratitude. It says, when you start to be grateful for the things that you do have, you will see these two cups, which leads to this bridge and then this castle over here. So he's crying over something that he once enjoyed. It's like he's grieving the loss of something that he doesn't even enjoy any longer. The story of him is that he lost his taste for wine, meaning he had too much of it. I always tell people, it's like my mom, when I grew up, she didn't let my brother and I eat junk food. And so for like Christmas, I would ask for Pringles because I don't know, that's what I was obsessed with. But one year I ate them so fast that I got sick, and then I never wanted to eat Pringles again. I can't even say the word Pringles without feeling sick. So, that's what the Five of Cups represents. It represents having too much of something. It's like you loved it, but now you don't any longer, even though you're still grieving the loss. So some of you could be grieving the loss of something that's just garbage anyway, and there's something much better behind you, but you have to see it, right? And how do we see it? Again, the solution to the Five of Cups is to be grateful for what you do have. Once you start being grateful, then you see more and more and more. You have the Two of Wands here. Two of Wands is a card of taking the lead, and it's a card of grabbing onto that front wand. Again, something behind him is complete. The wand behind him stands on its own, which, basically the same thing as the Five of Cups. It says what's behind you is behind you, and you need to start reaching forward into the future so that you can find more success or, have the things you want. With the Four of Swords, you have the King of Pentacles. For some reason, I thought you had the Queen of Pentacles as well. I could be making that up. But anyway, you could be the Queen of Pentacles. Who cares? But regardless, I feel like there's someone who wants something permanent. I keep telling people, the King of Pentacles keeps coming up in readings. I just think that that type of person will be more attractive to people anyway. It doesn't matter what gender you're interested in. But King of Pentacles wants Ten of Pentacles. He is Taurus. So we've been talking about Taurus this whole time. It could be a Taurus that's coming in for you. With the Five of Cups, you have the High Priestess. Piscean energy, but there's a lot of Pisces energy right now. Saturn and Pisces, Neptune and Pisces. Number one, I would trust your intuition, but really with that Five of Cups, this would tell me that you have to look behind the curtain. Like, as in, there could be some mysteries in your life where you don't know the answers. I would start looking at areas of life where you don't have answers for whatever, could be anything. And it's like by going on that journey, you're not only going to discover the answers, but you might discover something more. You might be discovering, love by looking into a mystery. So don't be afraid of mysteries. With the Two of Wands, you have the Four of Pentacles. How crazy is that? I said the Four of Pentacles, and there you go. Again, I knew this was going to come up because I feel that this right here, Two of Swords, Two of Wands, Four of Pentacles, these are all cards of holding on too tightly to something that no longer serves you. So, the whole entire reading is basically saying it is time for you to leave some sort of comfort zone for sure. At the end here for your outcome, you have this mending card. A lot of healing going on. I mean, I think that, I'm pretty sure the past few readings that I've done for you, there's been a ton of healing energy, or I've been saying that you're like going through some sort of healing, so that makes sense. You have the Ten of Pentacles, the Star, and the Seven of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles is a really good card. Of course, it's like building, leaving a legacy. It's also a card of knowledge and wisdom. And so a lot of you could be sharing your knowledge or wisdom. You could be like writing books or putting things out into the world, sharing your ideas. Although, like I said teacher at the beginning of the reading. So some of you could be becoming teachers, maybe not at like a school, but maybe more like online, or you could be putting out videos or like all those things. Very Pluto and Aquarius. type of energy. And what I would say is Aquarius 3 times in your reading here, Virgo. So anything you can do to get attention on the things that you enjoy, that bring you joy and happiness, that's exactly what I'd be doing with the star. I do feel like you're going through a healing, but I also feel it's like you're sending out the right vibes to the universe. You know, she's pouring water into the pool of universal consciousness here, and it's going out into the world and also the universe. And I kind of feel because you're sending out the right vibes, you're noticing that, again, like I said at the beginning of the reading, it seems to me like things are working better for you. You have the Seven of Pentacles, which again is a change in direction. I feel for a lot of you, this is my card that says, is the juice worth the squeeze? He's looking at the past, and maybe he needs to move towards the future. The whole entire reading, like all of this right here to this, is basically saying there's something much, much better for you, like in a new direction or in the change that you're making already. So that's exactly what I'd be doing here. With the Ten of Pentacles, you have the Queen of Cups. There you go. So you have the King and Queen of Cups, definitely a divine counterpart showing up in your reading. I have a feeling, it doesn't matter what sign this is, you basically have everything here. But I feel like this will be a very loving connection. This could be a person who gets a lot of attention here, Virgo, and maybe that's the hesitation. Like, obviously, maybe this person is very attractive, or maybe they get a lot of attention from people or whatever, and, that could make you a little nervous. But again, I feel like it's like, it doesn't mean anything. It's like if they ignore the attention from other people when they're with you, who cares, right? With the Star card, you have the Page of Pentacles. There needs to be communication here if this is love, so someone has to open up, obviously. I also feel that this is the card of studiousness, so it is funny that I said teaching. Some of you definitely could be like teaching. With the Seven of Pentacles, you have the Nine of Cups, total wish fulfillment. Yep, really good reading. This whole entire reading is about kind of like wish fulfillment just in general, so love it. We're going to pull 5 main themes now here, Virgo, and we're going to see like what is going on for you. You have this August card. This is the month of August, and you have the Spirit card that says heartache over what you no longer have. I do feel like some of you could have had like a heartache or heartbreak in like August or September. It seems to me like it was that time of year, like then. So some of you could have had some sort of heartbreak back then. I feel like you're getting over it now. You have this feather. It says someone you know is undependable and insincere. Really what I feel like this is saying is that you're changing the people that you surround yourself with. I feel like you're just finding new people, spending time with new people, all that other good stuff. You have the Skull card. It says hidden secrets can harm you. The High Priestess here, so I would say no secrets at this time. I don't know. I think it is a little bit of a secretive time. So, I would be careful of people who have secrets as well. But, overall, I wouldn't be too worried about that. You have this barrel. It says you feel something is lacking in your life, perhaps love, money, or goals. Whatever you feel is lacking, I feel like you need to be grateful for what you have. 5 of Cups. Once you're grateful for what you have, again, you get the bridge and the castle. And that's exactly what I'd be doing here with this barrel card, is I would start looking for reasons to be grateful in that direction. I also feel like you already have something as well, and you don't even realize it. This could be love, like a person, and but maybe you have to open up, and that could be a fear. So I would say this will come very quickly if you get moving. And finally, you have this hard work ahead card, this table card. I feel like you are going to be working hard. There's clearly a ton of money success here. 10 of Pentacles twice, 10 of Cups, 4 of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles. I mean, really good financial energies. Even the Wheel of Fortune. It's like the more you pay attention to cycles in business, the more successful you are going to be, Virgo, is kind of what I'm getting. So I love this reading, Virgo. It looks really good. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.